Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl, Christiana Faith, and today we are here to talk about a family on TikTok that recently went viral, the resilient Jenkins. So let's watch the first video that went viral and we're gonna talk about it. Okay, so it says, when you have a one bedroom with 6 people, a bedroom becomes more essential than dining room.
As you can read in the caption above, we're a family of 6 going on 7 living in a one-bedroom apartment. As the kids grow older, that means we constantly have to adapt our environment to give them more means for privacy and extra space. When outside our environment appears cluttered, disorganized, what have you. But quite frankly, after making do for nearly 3 years now, I have nothing but a grateful spirit for the roof over our head. Generally, the instant judgment me and my husband receive, why have so many kids if you don't have enough space for them? See, my perception is judgment comes from a place of not having the experience. When you've experienced enough, you generally don't judge people. I can tell you after everything I've been through in the past 3 years, there's very little I have to.
I'm not gonna lie, I do think it is a fair question to ask. Why are you having that many children and you have one on the way and you're already in this one bedroom apartment? I think it's a total fair question to ask, especially when you're putting your life out there on social media. Just want to say, I know people do this on the daily because they have no choice, but those people aren't putting themselves out there on social media, making a big spectacle of it. So it's not really surprising that you're getting that question.
To judge people. I would be lying if I said there wasn't a point in my life that I was so naive that I might have judged a poor person based off their appearance. And like I said, I have learned a lot. I generally look like I'm roughing it, but that's because our kids come first. I do everything I can to keep our environment clean and tidy. When it comes down to it, I could shove everything my kids have in one bedroom of some of these houses I see, and it would really look like nothing. We try to teach our kids to take care of what they have, be grateful for what we have. We keep praying and pushing for the growth that we want. Appreciate y'all watching. See you in the next video.
So in the comments, people are like, even the Gallaghers had their own rooms. I love the part where you explain why you continue to put more children in this situation. Being financially stable is also a form of love for your kids. Judge Judy will have a field day with you. I don't understand, one, why the children are in the living room, dining room area. It seems very unsafe. These children also look very small as well. Why are they in the living room? Where's the bedroom? And we didn't get to that video, but apparently her and her boyfriend, they have their own master bedroom. It's all decked out, y'all, with lights, P5 station, and all of the things. So I'm like, there is a bedroom. Why not put all of the children in that one bedroom? One, for safety reasons. I just don't think it's safe to have children that small out in the open, right near the door, right near the window, just unsupervised, because I'm assuming you don't sleep with your bedroom door open. So God forbid, if something was to happen, the children would be the first ones to experience harm. Two, outside of safety reasons, I totally get that, you know, you're in a tough situation. We all kind of go through things, but I've seen a lot of parents in situations like this, at minimum, give their child the bedroom and they sleep in the living room. And for me, I have experienced something like that in my childhood years without, you know, putting my business out there too much, child. But I've been in a situation where, you know, I slept in a bedroom and the person I was living with, my caretaker, guardian, mom, dad, whatever, they slept in the living room, okay? So it's not strange. It's not a strange thing to do. I think once you're a parent, you should want to ultimately sacrifice your comfort for your children, especially when you have so many and they are so small. So now we're gonna watch this next video of her explaining that she's a family of 6 going on 7, living in a one bedroom apartment.
Y'all, it comes been a wholesome night with the resilient Jenkins. We started off with our typical nighttime routine of making sure everything gets cleaned up. Now, unfortunately, the belt keeps going out on our vacuum, so we just go ahead and use the hose attachment. Got the floor.
So one of the children, they sleep right by the window in the dining room. That's crazy. That's actually wild.
Swept and mopped in the bed
area.
Oh my
gosh.
Down for bedtime. I wanted to cut out some extra time to go through both of my son's toy boxes and get rid of some stuff that they've already outgrown. Now, have you know, my son asked me if he could take over vacuuming. He said he really wanted to give it a try. While going through the toy bins, I noticed there was a bunch of newborn toys that my son had barely ever had interest in, so they were barely used.
These kids don't have no space to be kids. None whatsoever. And it just seems like mom is just like, well, they have toys. You know, they're okay. They're kids. They don't understand.
My daughter might have some interest, so we'll go ahead and put them aside for her. Vacuum the area back up and go ahead and put the rug back down. After I was finished resetting the kids area with them, I went back into mine and my husband's room. I set door of newborn toys for my daughter. And then me and the
That room looks very spacious to me, child. Very spacious.
kids worked on writing down our manifestations. A little intervention to get the toddler back his mattress so he can jump on it. I wanted to give my kids a little razzle-dazzle magic feel. So I brought out my sage and let the kids both have a chance to hold it. After some reading and writing, I did the hair care for the night. My older son asked for me to cut his hair tomorrow, so we went ahead and left it for the night. Y'all, I promise my toddler was fine right there. My boy just doesn't like hair time. Thank you for spending the night with us. We'll see y'all in the next video.
Now let me show you guys a video of their bedroom. It's a closer look. And when I tell you this room is decked out, child, it is decked out. Okay. It says, Dad takes his first evening off in 150 plus days, so him and the kids have a gaming sesh. That's a P5, y'all. That's a P5. All of that space just for them two. Meanwhile, their 4 children are in the living room and the dining room near a window, door, knives, scissors by themselves. So after they received all of this backlash, child, they decided to post a response video, and here's what they had to say. And I just want to say this video was poorly recorded in comparison to all of their other videos. I don't know what happened with the camera quality, with the audio. It's like they didn't want people to watch it, but I have to turn it up on my end so you guys can hear it a lot. But yeah, it was really hard for me to hear.
It's not.
I guess a public response, kind of.
Yeah, our public response.
Cool. What should we address first?
Let's address the child support thing.
Child support. Okay. The child support and child. I have the one other child, Anthony. I've been paying child support via garnishments ever since I can remember. I have a W-2 since I was 18, 19. Worked nights, multiple jobs, never made above 22 an hour.
Work jobs that worked your body to the bone. And
yeah, I worked retail, I worked overnight, I worked at Home Depot. Where else did I work? I worked at Jackson's. I worked at Grocery Outlet. I pumped gas. I pumped gas. I did HVAC for a year, and even HVAC. People say, "Oh, HVAC, we pay." Hey, I was there for a year, doing the most work, coming on the weekends to do scrap metal, and then going to Jackson's. And I only got a $4 raise after a year, and people got an $8 raise, making 32 plus, and they sat me at 24.
now the HVAC company, that's a whole nother story in and of itself, because he drove all over the place for that company. He was the one working the hardest for that company, and yet they would not increase his pay. They increased the pay of 3 of the other employees while he was working there.
Anything, it's what my workload didn't equal out what I felt to what I was getting paid, deserved to get paid, especially how fast I was picking things up and how hard I was working. And there wasn't any complaints. The complaint was, "Oh, you're requesting too many days off." Yes, because I want more money, so I'm trying to find other ways to make money. And then I went back to Jackson's. Went back to Jackson's and worked days and nights, 60 hours plus, and tried to make sure I washed every window, tried to do every little detail to get any kind of tips.
This man has done everything he can to provide. The
child support thing, I don't know what to tell anybody. I've been paying for years via garnishment. They've taken out 9-10 grand from taxes, and I let them. I didn't fight any of it. If the other party hasn't received it, that is not on me. I don't have any of that money. I think I owe $6,000 is all I owe, which most of that got taken care of last year, and everything else is via garnishment, except for now, because I haven't gotten I guess except for now, but I'm 4 or 5 months behind. Things happen. It's not like I don't know about it. What else? What else? Huh?
They want to know why you're not involved in his life.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
I don't need to explain why. I don't need to explain everything. I can't explain everything.
And that's the thing. It's not their life for us to explain. It's our life. It's our perspective. It's what we've been through.
Well, people are gonna judge regardless,
and that's fine.
I know. I've been judged all my life. I'm just letting them know if they think the child support's one thing, and this is, if they believe people are gonna believe one side or the other. That's entirely up to whoever watches or listens to this. And same with the job thing. I've worked and people think, you never. Blah blah blah. I've worked. I always work, and I hate not working.
Y'all, I had to stop the screen record because this video is dragging on. It's so long. I could barely hear them, and I'm struggling to understand, why aren't you working right now? Outside of the fact that you feel like you should be paid your worth, are you working jobs what jobs are you applying to? What skills do you have? Because I totally get, understanding your worth. I feel like we all should understand our worth, but when you have children and you are living in this particular situation, I just feel like you should just always be on the go, willing to sacrifice, your own comfort for your children's comfort, i.e. getting them out of a 1-bedroom apartment. So yeah, if you're working these jobs, these $20 an hour jobs, it's not what you like. You should just want to do it just because you want to provide a better life for your children. And as a child that kind of was in a similar situation to that when I was younger, not to this extent, I would say, children do remember these things. Children do need their own space. Children need their own privacy, and they do understand that they don't have their own privacy, and that creates a lot of issues, especially when they're so young. If y'all want to go watch their whole apology tour, nothing but a bunch of excuses, it is on their page. And the only thing that I can surmise from this whole situation is that they're trying to pop off on social media and use people's donations to basically fund their lifestyles, when in reality, he seems like an able-bodied guy. He named all of these jobs that seem pretty regular, like retail and all of those things. So it's not like he can't go out and get a job. They're just choosing not to because he's avoiding paying child support. He didn't mention why he's not in this child's life. Don't really care. We're going to get into that because the baby mama spoke up. We're going to get into that. Okay, so now we're going to watch a video from one of his baby mothers. So apparently there's two of them, child. It's not the one that's featured in the videos. This is a son that we don't know what he looks like, but we're going to get into what she has to say about the situation.
The reality is she had 2 children. He had a son.
Hi. Since we're on here speaking about the resilient Jenkins, actually, he has more than one son. Hi, I'm the first baby mama. I'm absolutely embarrassed the fact that that's my sperm donor. I will not be posting my child on here because y'all not gonna know. But my son is almost 12. Since everybody wants to kind of chime in, that man that everybody's saying they have 2 loving parents walked out of his son's life when he was 2. Okay, hasn't seen his son since he was 5, and that's because I reached out to him to come to his kindergarten graduation, and at the time he only had 1 child, which was the little black boy you guys see in his videos. That's my oldest's little brother. Now my oldest, who's at the top because he will be 12, doesn't even know he has 2 other siblings. So no, they didn't meet when he had 1 child. He probably has more. He hasn't paid child support, but he has a PS5. I feel bad for those kids. I literally feel bad for my child's siblings. Sad to say. That they have to sleep on the floor. And that man has not changed. And it's disrespectful. Mind you, my child's name is being changed. I'm at work, but I keep seeing this shit. And it makes my blood boil. My son doesn't have to worry about anything. He's in a loving home. He has grandparents. He has his aunties, his uncles, close family members that are surrounded. My son is loved, and he knows he's loved. And I'm so glad I kept my son out of that situation. Because I never not wanted my son to not know his dad. And he's asked, and I've tried. I have receipts. I've tried to get him to be a part. Even his son asked, Mommy, I just want to know my dad. Why can't I see my dad? Mind y'all, when that happened, I reached out to him. He read the message, never replied. So I had to put my son in counseling just because I knew it was bothering him, and there was nothing that I could say that was going to help him. I just told him, your dad made choices, and he chose to make those choices. It has nothing to do with you. So for people that are saying like, oh, they're in a 1-bedroom apartment there with 2 loving parents. No, that's not love. You don't put your kids on the floor. You sacrifice for your kids. You don't put your kids on the floor. His priorities were messed up, and that's why we never worked the fuck out. That's why we didn't work out. Because his priorities, as you guys can see, are all messed up. And now you're going viral. For what? And then you continue to make more babies, and you couldn't even take care of the first one that you had. He don't even know you, but he wanted to know you. You don't even know how great of a kid you got. And I'm so blessed that he doesn't have to worry about being in that situation. He would never have to be there. But what I am sad for is he's never going to know his siblings. And the way Portland is so small, no telling if he would ever run into his siblings when he gets older and not even know it. I have to protect my baby, y'all. I can't even let him see this. He don't have no phone, but I'm sure there'll be somebody out there that can, and he'll see it. So now I have to kind of keep him at bay and let him know myself. But yeah, Andrew, I hope you showed up to your court case for your child support. That was on October 2nd. It is October 29th. See, she said in her live earlier that God has been blessing them. No, baby. God ain't blessing you. Andrew's karma is about to do a 360. And while the Oregon's been looking for you, Andrew Alexander Jenkins, all the shit you've been doing, literally all the shit you've been doing, is going to come back. tenfold. Your dad, bless his soul, that he ain't here to see this. You're an embarrassment. I'm sick. But I have the most beautiful son. And he would never be nothing like you. Ever. He has a heart of gold. He's a leader. Do you hear me? My son gets compliments about how he is. He's bright. Oh, he's bright. But that last name that my son is carrying is coming off. Off. You've hurt my son in ways that I can't explain. And he may not show it, but I know sometimes it bothers him. So what I'm gonna do is protect my baby. But what I do know, what I really do know, is the 12 years you've been running, no matter if you got clean or not, no matter if you got clean or not, you're still doing the same bullshit. Same bullshit. 12 years. My baby be 12. And you're still on the same bullshit. And every time, and it's not something that I want to fucking know. Nothing that I want to know. Nothing. You're an embarrassment. She's an embarrassment. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what people are saying. It's an embarrassment. You should be embarrassed. And if you could sleep at night knowing that your kids sleep on that floor and you're able to just be up in a room decked out with a PS5 and you don't even take care of your first child and you think you about to be blessed. Oh no. God don't work like that. God don't work like that. Not the God I serve. Not who I talk to. Not who's protecting me. Not who's been protecting my child. So yeah, keep thinking that they're in a house with two loving parents. No, they're in a house with two selfish parents who don't care about their upbringing and live nasty. And that's why my son was never around. And I'm so glad. And I'm so glad I'm raising a well-mannered young man with the help of my family and my husband. So resilient Jenkins, keep thinking you're about to be blessed. Because shit's about to hit the fan. For you, Andrew. For you. Because I sent it to the case.
Basically, the baby mother of the first child that he has confirmed that no, they didn't start a relationship with her having two daughters and one son. They started a relationship with him having two kids. And he basically abandoned the first kid when they were 2 years old and owes this mother child support, and basically he's a deadbeat. What I see is two people that are comfortable with putting their kids in a particular situation that is not healthy for them, especially because they are so small. They are being selfish from what I'm seeing, because it doesn't seem like it's a situation where they have to live in a one-bedroom apartment because for whatever reason, you know, he can't work. There's something wrong physically with him. No, he has the ability to work. He is choosing not to work because he owes all of this back child support. And I do think that is very selfish because, one, you are abandoning your first child, but now you have children that you live with and you're about to bring in another into an unhealthy situation. And that is so unfair to the children. And outside of the drama with him and the mother of his child, bringing it to social media and exploiting your children to the world and like the struggle that they live in, I just feel so bad for these kids, and it is so wrong because once again, if you want to put yourself out there, that's totally fine, but these are babies that don't have a choice. They didn't ask to have their faces all over social media. They didn't ask to share their living space in the bedroom and the dining room to millions and millions of viewers, you guys. Like, if you go on their account, their videos have so many views, likes, and shares. And this is going to follow this family for the rest of their lives because once it's on social media, it's on social media. And once they get of an age where they're able to access these things, especially the oldest one, this is going to be so embarrassing. I would not be surprised if they're going to be picked on in school because of how they live and because of how their parents basically exploited their situation. And once again, there's a lot of families that go through this, but they don't exploit their children in the process and in the same breath say, oh, but they're so blessed and our situation is so great. When no, you get up and you work. Okay? Simple as day. Premise of the video. Summary, get up and work. Work for your children, okay? And if that means paying the back child support, pay the back child support. Pay what you owe so you can actually move on and provide for your children. But after going through their page, it doesn't seem like they care about this at all. They're living very selfishly, in my personal opinion. And after they went viral, there are still people that are willing to support them and buy things off of their Amazon wish list, which is on the screen, by the way. So many things on this Amazon wish list. There's men's socks that I saw, something for a car, just so many frivolous things. And I'm just like, I guess, asking you shall receive, right? Also, this family is giving grifter, is giving beg talk. If you guys don't know what that means, it's a certain sector on TikTok of people that come online to beg for money that basically they're in situations that they put themselves in. These are not people that actually need help. Like, there's so many people out here who actually need help, who are in conditions that they cannot control. And I'm just like, we always tend to focus on the ones that don't really need help, in my opinion. I do not think these people need that much help that they're saying. But, you know, it's social media. They're going viral. They found their little small section of supporters to buy almost everything off their wish list. Only thing that I can say is that I hope for the sake of the children, this situation gets better. But from what I'm seeing, this is not going to look good. And from being a child that was in a similar situation and I'm now older, it's definitely going to mess with them as they get older, and hopefully they heal from this traumatic environment that they're in. So yeah, you guys, that is it for this video. Comment down below your thoughts on the resilient Jenkins family, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know any other things that you would like me to cover over on TikTok, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.